Perfect. And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this fabulous month of August. Well, it's my birthday month, so it is fabulous. But I'm even more excited because this is our Luxe Advisor week. Woo! So I get to share with you all of the fabulous co-facilitators that we have for the upcoming Luxury Business Experience. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we
Mm.
get further along in this conversation, but I'm super excited every day this week. I want you to stay tuned, whatever channel you're coming from. If it's LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, make sure that you look out for these Lux Advisors and the great conversations that we're going to have every single day in preparation for the luxury business experience. So I'm excited because today I get to speak to someone that I consider to be one of my favorite people to talk to. This is my fabulous, fabulous event strategist, Linda Cain. Super excited to have you here today, Linda. How are you doing?
I'm doing really great. Thank you.
Perfect.
Summer is here and it's my favorite time.
Summer is beautiful. I'm a summer baby. So, yeah,
Yeah,
summer is great.
I I love summer. It's always sunny in California, but it's when I get to travel to a lot of different places. So with family and with clients. So summer is really special and I love this time of year. And happy birthday month to you.
Yay.
I hope
Thank
you
you.
celebrate
Thank you.
every day because it's your month, not your day.
It's the month. I'm really trying to get into the habit of celebrating my birthday more because, you know, early on, you just kind of breeze through it, raising kids and everything. Now I'm like, oh, it's my birthday month. Okay, let's celebrate. Let's do something different. So I'm excited for that. So tell us a little bit more. I've stated from my point of view who you are, but tell everyone else that's watching who you are and what really lights you up about the work that you're doing.
Oh my gosh. So I absolutely love events and I basically eat, breathe, drink events.
Yes.
they're, they're just they came out in my DNA. It said, "Oh, add E to her DNA for events." But but I started right out of high school working for a law firm, did a lot of corporate trade association type events and things like that. And around 2003, I found myself in the world of Bob Proctor, Adam Urbanski, Lisa Sasevich, and they were just starting to like come into the circuit for coaches, authors, and speakers, and learning what being an entrepreneur was. So in 2003, I decided that I would, start my own business. The law firm that I was working for at the time became my first client. And so I took some of the projects from them and started working with some coaches. And it has just been such a wonderful snowball. We've served over the other day we were looking at it and we've served over about 1,600 events
Wow.
in 22 years, which
Yeah.
sounds like doesn't really sound like a lot, but it really is when you break it down. And over 180 million in revenue made from the collective effort. So I
Mhm.
feel very excited about that. And when you look at it in the whole of, what has been accomplished by our clients that have come through and people that we've worked with and helped, it's huge and it's a lot of impact, and that's really and truly what it boils down to, why I do what I do, because there's nothing that warms my heart, hits my mama soul,
Mhm.
to see a room come together and people's lives get changed, and the
Yeah.
host changes lives. And you know and right now, I mean, as the world has, from when I started in 2003 to where we are now, that 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 has not changed, but it's having more impact now because I think our whole global consciousness has been really raised, and I think people are really paying more attention to what are they doing? Where do they want to go? What do they want to be? Are they happy? What's their dream? Can And realizing that our dreams our dreams doesn't have to be making millions. Our dreams is just what lights you up every day, who you're impacting, and are you living that life and doing the things every day that you want to do.
Yeah.
And for some people that can be done in six figure, low six figures. Some people that can be done in higher seven or eight or 10 figures. It just depends on your path. And I think that's the thing that I love about events the most is that I get to help cultivate, nurture, take care of an audience that is there to learn how to do that. In every instant of every event that we do, there's something in it for that audience that's going to propel them into that dream life that they have.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, first, I want to thank you for
Mm.
just reminding me of your 22 years
Yeah.
of service that you've had because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that we both started at the same time. I left corporate in 2003, so I've been in these entrepreneurial streets the
Yay!
same amount of time. So we're entrepreneur buddies. Look at us.
Yeah.
That's why we like each other so much. But I really love, that you are debunking a little bit of the myths of, no matter what revenue level you're looking at, you still can have amazing events and events touch lives. They change people. So, I'm all about Lux in my
Yep.
brand and not just like luxury, like a name brand or things of that nature, but your Lux life. So, what's a Lux touch that you live by, either in your business or in your life?
Oh my gosh. For me, the Lux Touch, okay. So I figure that maybe I don't have a gazillion dollars, but there's no reason I can't take the time to learn and experience parts and pieces of what it would be like to like just because you don't have a million doesn't mean you can't play in the $1 million arena,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So luxing my life or luxing the life of my family has been, you know, doing the little extra side gigs so we have a little extra money when we take a trip so that we can get go to the better hotels or, do the like we've gone to Disneyland, but we've done the private tour. I
Ooh.
highly
Oh,
recommend.
wait a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I highly, highly recommend it. You get the back doors, you get the backdoor scene, you get lunch, dinner, and breakfast,
Yeah.
a tour guide all day. You walk right on any line, any ride you want at any time of the day, at any moment. No waiting, no nothing. So being able to have that experience because we recently took the whole family to the Hearst Castle. We live in California and we've never been.
Okay.
So in June we decided that that was going to be our family summer trip. So we went up there. And we did the same thing. We stayed in a hotel near the castle. We had a private tour. We got to have lunch out on in the pool area as if you were part of the, you know, family that
Mhm.
lived there and the Hearst family that lived there and stayed there and stuff like that. And so just doing things like that, just leveling up and trying to think if, you know, how how can I do things? I'm always learning and how can I do things better? It's the Kaizen method of the Japanese Kaizen theory, uh,
Yes.
every day is an improvement. There's no failure because you just didn't know what you didn't know. And so, just keep at it, keep improving and adding in those elements of things that things that are luxe. And for me it's travel. It's being able to, because I get to travel in so many wonderful places with clients, being able to take those experiences and share them with my family and friends and figuring
Absolutely.
out a way for them to have that experience because in that experience comes understanding other cultures, learning about other people and places and how they do things, and then experiencing their art and their culture. And so my family's very rich in that. Like most people, it's hey, what do you want to do today? I don't know, let's marathon a movie. And in our house it's like, hey, there's a new art thing at the museum, or there's a matinee that's taking place, or there's concerts in the park or things like that. So always trying to do those little things that bring in culture.
I love it. It I hear experience.
Yeah,
So it's
experience.
all about experiences when it comes to you and your family, which is really cool. So let's kind of move over back into our entrepreneur world, especially with six-figure women entrepreneurs. Those are the women that are a part of our community here at Luxure Business. So what's a pattern that you're seeing with six-figure women entrepreneurs that may be blocking their next level?
Oh, I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing is, especially for solo entrepreneurs, they might have a couple people helping them. They're, 1099, people that they call when they need, and things like that. I think the biggest thing is that holding them back is that they are they think they have to have the money in order to hire someone to
Okay.
be able to move ahead,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, "Oh, Linda, I can't afford you, so I'm just gonna kinda get some coaching from you and do the event on my own." And then once they're like, "Okay, that didn't work, so let's hire you." So so
Mm-hmm.
then they hire us, and we get to dig into their business with them, which is, what has changed in my business in the last 2 years, is really digging in more with our clients, like, "What are you really doing, and where do you have support for that?" And showing them how they can have a VA service, or they can have an affordable service. It's just 10 hours a week, can change you as a solo entrepreneur. You can get so much more done
Yeah.
if you just have somebody doing 10 hours of time for you. It's an incredible. So I think that's the biggest thing, is learning that it's okay to delegate, and it's okay to, and don't be afraid of it, and find a service or a person who is affordable, but just start with 10 hours, 5 hours. Just start unloading a few things. And then all of a sudden, I'll give you the best example that I can give.
Okay.
We had kids, you have kids, right? I'm
Yes.
not sure if you,
Plenty.
yeah, I'm 6. So one day I came home, and this was before I started my business. I was still working at the firm. And I told my husband, I said, "We're hiring a housekeeper." And he goes, "We can't afford a housekeeper." And I go, "I don't care. We're hiring a housekeeper, and I want her to come 1 day a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I want her to clean all the hard stuff, right? Pull the couch out and do all that stuff that I just never get to."
I
So
don't want to do.
I don't want to. No, no. So so now she comes 4 days a week,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
pretty much does a lot. And so I would never live without her. But
Mm, okay.
it just took, like, that chance of stepping into that risk, that chance, getting past the fear, and just doing it, and taking that one day, and then it turned into 2 a month real quick, and it turned to once a week real fast.
Yeah.
And, then, when COVID hit, she was mentioning how a couple of her clients, weren't gonna use her for a while, and I'm like, "Great, I'll take those days."
Right. You can do more. You can do more.
And I really think that's where they're stuck, because it's still a little fear-based, and it's still that thinking that we have to do it on our own. But it always, to me, it comes to the money point, in that they think it's gonna cost them a lot to do it, so that
Yeah.
holds them back. But just releasing a little bit of funds and taking that step, like I said, just 10 hours a month even, can make such a big change in your business. And and Adam Urbensky said it best. I really have to give him the shout out for this,
Okay.
because he said, "If there was 10 hours a month, Linda, that you weren't doing something, and you had someone else to do it in your business. So what are the tasks that you do in a 10-hour window for just 1 month that could be given off to someone else?
Mm,
What would you do with those 10 hours in your business? How many sales calls could you make? How many networking could you go to? How many people, potential clients, could you talk to? How many new deals, new training, new teachings could you come up and create in that 10 hours, or cultivate in that 10 hours? But you can't, because you're doing all these minor tasks."
well, that's a reality check. There you go. That's a reality check that many need. I want to piggyback on something you said around fear. But first, if anyone is watching us live, make sure, if this is resonating with you, that you comment, give us a like, a heart, any of those things. Let us know that you're here. And if you're here for the replay, let us know that you watched the replay. So, Linda, you said there's the fear. Let's speak about the obvious. You work with clients with events. What are some of the biggest myths that you'd like to bust? Like, give me one myth that you like to bust when it comes to your zone of genius.
That you have to have a big audience in order to have a profitable event.
That's big,
You don't.
because I believe a lot of people believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, you don't have to have a lot of money to have
Hmm.
a profitable event either.
Okay. Okay.
It
So
de-
that's something more
goes
people need to
to
hear.
it goes to experience, and especially if you're just like doing something new or teaching and training on something new, or if you're just starting out, or if you're in that stuck zone, you can, have a small event. You can make it retreat style, workshop style. You can do it 3-day enrollment style. It does virtual, in person. A lot. Locations is a gazillion. You can do it in a million different ways, but starting with like, what is the ultimate thing that you want people to walk away with, and now what's the experience that they need to have that will help to heighten and cultivate that so that they will take the next step forward, what needs to be taught, trained, and experienced in the weekend that's going to resonate with them, that thinking that, oh, this is the next step I need. And we've got clients that have had 10, 12 people in a room, and made 50K in a weekend,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh my gosh, there's a formula here, I can repeat this and repeat it and repeat it. But it really is thinking that they have to have a big budget and a big audience.
I like that you have a formula. When
Mhm.
people recognize in all of the work that we do that we have formulas, we have frameworks that support us to be able to make things repeatable. And I cannot wait until we speak about this at the Luxury Business Experience. If there was someone watching today, and this is a six-figure woman or on her way to six figures, where should she start if she says, okay, maybe I'll put my little pinky toe in the pool for events? What's one way that she could start?
So the two of the easiest ways to start is doing, if they're not already doing it, to do like a masterclass series
Hmm.
where you break it down, and a little bit of training every day for 5 days. And then, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And on Thursday, you make your offer. Friday, you enforce the offer. But do like 90-minute trainings, little mini classes. You can do them, you can do them in a week. You can do them over a whole month or something like that. But building out a little masterclass series, or just doing a 1-day workshop, a half-day workshop, and testing your material, testing your training, bringing people in, and that's what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah,
doing what I'm showing my clients to do, is doing master classes and showing people how to do events, and giving them some of the framework to get them started, and then doing another piece later on. And that's the easiest thing. And if they really want to, instead of just sticking their toe in it, if they want to put a foot down,
yeah. Put the big foot down. Yeah.
put a foot down, then let's find 10, 12 people that you can pull together in a room for a 2.5-day weekend, or 2.5 days. And if you've got a home that acclimates to it, you can hold it in your home. If you have an office or a WeWork center or anything like that, you can start there where it's low cost, but it creates an environment that is conducive for the learning and gives them an experience. And let's make that first 25, 50K in the weekend.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I believe like what these little tips that you're offering here, if that's something that is done numerous times, you do it over and over again, you build that muscle so that then if you choose to do something bigger, you already have those wings. You can
Yeah,
easily step into it.
absolutely. The foundation and that groundwork is laid for it, and then it just, you layer on top of it. The other thing too is just, think of like something. I always tell clients, what was the thing that you were really afraid of that you did, and now when you look back on it, you're like, why did I waste so much time worrying about that?
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And will every event guarantee success? How do you measure success? If you're only measuring it
Yeah,
monetarily, maybe not. But if you're measuring it by the growth that you have, the content has, the experience that the attendees are having, the feedback that you get, the testimonials they get, that if you've moved one person and saved one person, basically, and help to move them forward, that's success. And then you can look at the components of money and things like that that maybe didn't work out, because not every event does work out. There's a lot of factors that come into play. you know um, COVID happens.
COVID happens.
No,
Look,
and 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 we all had experience in those years. Some events didn't make profits, but they still laid the found work. The found work. They still laid the foundation for their people, and they still did the work, and the money came.
that part.
It
So
made
here's what I'm glad you're saying, Linda, is one of the things in our luxury business community is we do speak truth, and we do speak to just the power of the women that are here as the Lux CEOs. We are not selling fraudulent things. So we're not saying every event's going to be absolutely fabulous. No, events, they improve. They're iterations. You do them over and over again. And what we do know is a lot of times people quit or fall off. Like if they have one experience that didn't go the way they wanted it to go, they say, oh, it doesn't work for me. We
right.
see this in any industry. You do something one time and then you don't get the results you're looking for, and you automatically say, this doesn't work. But real CEOs understand, real business owners, we understand you do the work over and over and over again. You learn the lesson, you improve, you keep showing up, you get up, you move forward again. That's where change happens. So
Yeah.
I know I'm super excited for us to have that conversation in the room with the Lux CEOs. I'm really curious to know though, that why did you say yes to being a Lux advisor at the Luxury Business Experience?
Well, the biggest reason that I said yes is because I absolutely adore and love you. And
Me
where
too.
and if you're listening to this, wherever Shayla is where I want to be. So you too. She just has my heart. And but the other reason is because the community that you have brought around you are people that I really resonate with. It's
Mhm.
it's the type of client that I love working with, and it's the type of people that I love just giving ideas and information to. And I really want to make an impact. So I'm also looking for those stages where I can speak, and communities that I can be a part of, where I can not only make some money along the way, but really give back and help people stop struggling with events and stop struggling with I have to have 16 funnels and I have to have 25, affiliates
Overrated.
really going to market for you anyway because they're doing their own thing. But really showing how you can build these events, monetize them. But the really cool thing is create your own path. Your like do 2 a year, 3 a year, 1 year, whatever it is. Create your own event driven business
Yeah,
so that you are. And I just think the your event is as an advisor to your event, it just excites me so much to be able to have a place to get that message out about creating your own event driven business. How are
yeah,
you using events? What kind of events? How are you building a process around them so that they can be repeatable, and you don't have to fret and worry about, like, how, am I doing this again? Am I doing that again? You know what you're going to be doing.
absolutely. So, perfect segue. What I would love to do is just share a little bit more about the 2025 Luxury Business Experience. And as we have here, our one of our Lux advisors, our first one of this week, Linda Cain. We are coming together in September the 25th through the 27th in Scottsdale, Arizona for the Luxury Business Experience. This is an exclusive event for six-figure women entrepreneurs with service-based businesses, meaning you are selling something from your expertise, from your skill. And this is a room where we come together and collaborate. We're having collaborative conversations and trainings in this room. We will not have any speakers in 2025. No one's going to come and show up and just give you slides. We are working together to build your business and help you to grow and scale. So this is the perfect room for you if you've gotten to what I call the 250K crisis. You're like, you see the wall right in front of you and you're asking yourself, How in the world can I scale this business if I'm already exhausted, tired, overwhelmed? How do I even consider bringing in a team? How do I scale with events? How do I scale when my health is declining? How do I scale when I'm not even feeling confident? This is a sacred room for you. You can come in, you know you'll be nurtured. No one is judging. You have people that are like minded, they're in the same space, and they're ready to grow and scale just like you. If this is something you're interested in, you can go to luxyourbusiness.com. I'll make sure we put the link in the comments for all of these different live streams, but check it out. And if you're really not sure, just hit me up in the messages here. If you are connected with Linda, Linda does have something special for you. So if you are one of her connects, talk to Linda and see what we have special for the Lux Advisors. Each of them have something special for their guests. So make sure that you all have a conversation. Don't hide and don't wait until it's too late because we'll run out of tickets and you'll wish that you were there. So, Linda, um, if there was someone that was on the fence about the luxury business experience, what would you tell her?
Oh my gosh, girl,
Oh, right.
get your ticket, borrow money, whatever you have to do, manifest it. If it's a money issue, trust me, it's not really a money issue. It's your inner soul talking to you and telling you that you need to be there, and it's your resistance to the change that you know you want to make, that you know you're going to make, and we just get resistance around it. I do it all the time myself. I know exactly what I'm speaking about. It's like, take the risk, be in
Mhm.
the room, because I can guarantee you, you will not be disappointed, and you will walk away with ideas, a plan, and wonder why you even hesitated.
Yeah,
Uh, just
absolutely.
it's the people, the connection, the work that's done in the room. It's really unlike any other client, any other event that we're working with right now.
Love it, love it, love it.
Mhm.
Where can people find you? Where can people find you if they want more to learn more about you and your magic before the event? Where should they look for you online?
Oh my gosh. Are we going to be dropping the links in the chat?
We can drop the links in the
I'll,
chat. Yep.
I'll give you link. Do I do that now, or do I send them to you?
You can send them to me and I'll get them in there
Okay.
posted then.
So
Yep.
links will be in the chat for our website, but you can always reach out to me at lindacainoffice@gmail.com. The company is Events by Blue Diamond. We're in the middle of a rebranding. So it's Blue Diamond Events, but the website is Events by Blue Diamond. And there's no E in the blue because the most beautiful and most richest diamond in the world is the blue diamond, and it has no E because it's bleu, because it's
Bleh.
bleu, because it's French. Anyway, there's a long history about the blue diamond. But every girl should have a diamond, so we can be your diamond.
I love it. I love it. Final question for you. In one sentence, like what does being a Lux CEO mean to you? Everyone in my community I consider to be a Lux CEO. What does that mean to you?
To be a Lux CEO means that you are constantly working on who you are, what you be, and moving in that creative space, visionary space, and bringing to the world something that only you can bring to the world.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us here today, Linda. And what is really funny, I always tell you all my flaws. Completely forgot to put my banner on the whole time. I was like,
Well,
I'm missing something here. I don't know what I'm missing. I
and
don't know if you saw me looking around. I was like, there's something I don't have.
and I was looking around a little earlier thinking, where are those links? I didn't ask my tech person to be
It's
with me.
okay. It's okay.
So
It's
y'all
all
have them. Don't
we'll get them.
worry
I didn't give you the heads up for it, but this is real time, guys. This is real
about
time, so it is what it is. We are
it.
going to go ahead and get ready to end this stream, but you stick around, everyone, because we do have a little trailer for the Luxury Business Experience. We have a recap from our last experience. Linda, Linda, I thank you so much for being a part of the Lux Your Business community. And thank you for deciding to be a 2025 Lux Advisor. Can't wait to see you in Scottsdale.
Wait to see you in just a few short weeks. Ah,
Oh my word.
so
Okay.
excited.
Just
Thank you.
so crazy. All right. Talk to you later, Linda.
Later. Bye.
Bye. Hi, it's Shayla Boyd-Gill, the Luxury Business Mentor, and I am so excited. We just finished the Luxury Business Experience out here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. It's been such a pleasure to watch every woman transform in this room, learning not only how to scale their business, but how to up-level what they're doing as CEOs and make an impact at the same time.
Shayla is a beast when it comes to business. Her insights, her wisdom, her mentorship is what brought me out here.
Shayla was masterful in really being that example of how we can build in that support so that we can build sustainable businesses and leave a legacy.
Shayla Boyd-Gill is the real deal. Whenever she has a trip out of town, if I can make it, I'm going to be here. It is amazing every time.
The thing that I really love about Shayla's event is she takes you from beginning to end in your business. She helps fill in those building blocks that you need to really design and create a luxury life that you want.
I think the thing that really stood out for me is that your business's job is to support you, and it doesn't have to be so hard. And when you have a Lux business, everything you need is provided because you decide to step into your leadership and be the leader that you're meant to be.
And one of the things that I thoroughly enjoyed about the Luxe Your Business experience is the emphasis on being congruent, on being consistent, on being committed to your business, and how we as leaders really need to work on getting out of our own way.
But a process for reflecting on what works versus what doesn't, and then what's going to happen as a result really stuck with me because it really made me realize that's a missing piece in what I'm doing.
I know that I'm going to walk away with several things that are going to help me lux my business. They are also going to help me lux my life, help me lux my mindset.
One thing I would take away from this weekend is that I need this community of other women who are strong leaders and strong business owners. We really do support each other, and it just helps really motivate me to keep going.
I tend to be alone in this entrepreneurial world a lot, so actually getting a chance to meet up with like-minded women, it helps me have a chance to reflect and think about my business.
The connections in this room, from the attendees to the speakers, has changed how I see business, shed light on some things that I didn't even know were missing in my own business.
It was nice to be able to connect with everybody at dinner or after dinner and just laugh and joke and just talk about life.
Make sure you come to the next one. It is so worth your time and your energy to be here in the room with Shayla. Don't miss next year's Luxe Your Business experience.
Get out here, the conversations, the friendships, the new sisterhood, all of that. It is worth every moment.
Drop everything and come. It's well worth it.
If you missed this opportunity this year, make sure that you pay attention to the notifications so that you can learn more about the next experience.